Hi, I'm Stephen Porter, and I'm here with Mark Owens at Snohomish County Public Utility District's operational facility in Everett, Washington. So Mark, why don't you start out by explaining to everyone where we are today?
Today we're in our test lab, and so we have we set up a test lab quite some time ago so that we can test all of our automation end to end. It initially started as a substation automation, and now we've moved it into distribution automation and to test things such as our security cameras to see how they would interact with our system and make sure it's all functional. We really wanted to have something that was an end-to-end test, so all these devices are hardened relays, and so what happens is that we're able to set up communications that go through the relays, through a simulated fiber system, through jungle muxes, just as if it was out in the field, and then comes back to a simulated SCADA system, so we have complete end-to-end testing, and that we are able to make sure everything works before we go out in the field with it.
So it's my understanding that this facility came in handy when there was a penetration test to judge SNOPUD's cyber defenses. Can you explain how this facility was used in that process?
So yes, this facility was used. We contracted with the National Guard, and they did a penetration test, and this is actually where they penetrated into, and they were able to get in and look at different things. And so this was the facility. It's an isolated facility. It's set up to mimic our production facility, so it's isolated, so it's almost identical to it, and so this is why this was used for the penetration test.
So why didn't they just hack into the production facility?
Well, we didn't want them to get in the production facility because then they could actually operate things. In here, you might be able to operate something in the relay or something, but all you're going to do is turn a logic symbol on and off, or open up a switch that we have over here on or up or down. Out in the real life, you're giving customers outages. You're actually affecting the system that's out there, maybe bumping voltages up or down. So we didn't want that to happen.
So what's it like as an engineer working in this facility versus working out in the actual production line?
So this is a very safe environment. It's where we go to test everything, to make sure that everything is safe. So we come in here and we're able to test things out, and if it doesn't work, well, it's not a big deal. We go back and reset it again and try something else and work on it someplace else. You don't want to be doing that out in the actual live environment, because there's people that have, you could be affecting people that could have outages. We could have we don't have visibility to that particular substation if we do something wrong. We won't have our SCADA system won't have all the information it needs to operate. So this is a very safe environment for us.
So I'm curious to know how common a facility is like this for a public utility district, and how much it cost Snohomish County to build it.
So this particular, when we started off this test lab 7 or 8 years ago, we put in about $500,000, and then ever since then we put in, I think the budget's $80,000 or $100,000 a year since then. So it's very expensive. Not every utility has these. So usually larger utilities have these. So we have actually quite a bit of foot traffic coming through from other utilities and even national labs to come take a look at it, so they can see what the lab looks like.
And how long ago was it that this site was built?
I believe it was in 2009.
Okay, very interesting. Well, thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate it, and we'll bring you more.